Thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. And thanks for the nice introduction. And I'm really honored to have this opportunity to speak in front of you guys. So, as Sir has mentioned, I'm a cybercrime investigator and I've been working with law enforcement agencies since last 15 years and solved more than 350 cybercrime cases. So, I have written these case studies in different books. I have few books with me and I'll distribute this among you guys. So during my session, I'll tell you a few case studies and we'll try to learn from those case studies. And when I say case studies, it means stories. So I'm a storyteller. And the best way of building the mitigation capabilities against any fraud is to spread awareness about it. Because every time these criminals, they create new kind of modus operandis and they are very smart. So when I ask that question that whether we should trust or not, actually this is the biggest challenge that I see in today's world, especially when we are online. Because the person is hidden. There's no way we can verify his real identity. Somebody is calling you, impersonating that he is calling on behalf of your friend, of your family, from bank, from insurance companies, from wallet companies, from here and there. And then they create a situation that you have no other option but to trust him. So the trust is the key when any such crime happens. And how to identify, how to segregate a person who is impersonating or a real person. So I always like to start my session with this quote that I would love to change the world, but they won't give me the source code. So I truly believe that this entire world is a software program. Just like it is mentioned in our Bhagavad Gita, ये दुनिया एक माया है और जितना आई एम एंटरिंग इनटू दिस साइबर वर्ल्ड मुझे विश्वास हो गया कि 5000 ईयर्स ओल्ड ये कोट बिल्कुल ठीक है, दुनिया वाकई एक माया है. क्यों? मैं आपको फैक्ट देता हूं. बिकॉज द वे वी लर्न इन अवर डे टू डे लाइफ, सो वी आर जस्ट लाइक एनी टिपिकल एआई इंजन. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का नाम सुना होगा आपने. एआई कैसे होता है? एक एआई न्यूरल नेटवर्क सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोग्राम है, उसको हम डेटा फीड करते हैं. We give lots of data to that engine and eventually वो जो engine है वो intelligence build कर लेता है to recognize, to take decisions, to identify these kind of intelligence. वैसे हमारा brain काम करता है, it's very similar. So we are the product of the data that has been fed to us since our birth. यदि मैं झांसी की बजाय हैदराबाद में पैदा हुआ होता तो मैं आज कुछ और होता. तो जहां आप पैदा हुए, जहां आपको जो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली, जैसे आपके सराउंडिंग्स थी, फ्रेंड्स, टीचर्स, आजकल सोशल मीडिया, फेसबुक, वी आर बीइंग फ्लडेड विद सो मच इन्फॉर्मेशन एंड देन इवेंचुअली वी आर बिल्डिंग अवर इंटेलिजेंस आउट ऑफ इट. व्हाई दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट? बिकॉज एज ए क्रिमिनल, इफ आई नो द सोर्स ऑफ योर इन्फॉर्मेशन, आई कैन मैनिपुलेट योर डिसीजन मेकिंग कैपेबिलिटीज. And that is the key of any such cyber fraud which is happening in today's world. And how to know that about your information sources, because you yourself is telling a lot about you on social media, on WhatsApp, on different other channels, e-commerce channels and every other games and all. Wherever you are active, you are actually leaking out some information. And that much information that eventually you will be scared. The information that has been shared with all these players can lead you in trouble at any time. These are some case studies, and I'll tell you a few of these interesting stories which I solved recently. एक case जो अभी शुरू कर रहा हूँ मैं, and then you will learn how to mitigate, how to avoid this. This is an inherent learning out of this story. So during lockdown, one businessman, mediocre businessman, he was trying to diversify his business. He was into some other business and he wanted to venture into chemical business. So he was searching on Google, just searching simple, different types of chemicals, vendors, suppliers, everything. And one fine day he received a call, not a call, he received a advertisement on his Facebook page that there's a company in UK and they are looking for some suppliers from India for this particular chemical. So he said, okay, good. So he just filled this form and his details. By evening, he received a call from the same company that we liked your profile and would you like to do this with us? So we'll start with a very small token, first of all, to build trust. So this assignment is of a 5 lakhs rupees, and we are paying you everything in advance, but you need to deliver this in 1 week, this chemical. Now this person didn't have any chemical factory. He was trying to procure it from somewhere else. So he was still doing some Googling, and in no time he received a call from Dubai and from a lady. And the lady said, ki, actually, just today morning I was introduced to you through you, one of your friend in Dubai. And he remembered, yes, morning में एक mail आया था मुझे, आपसे connect किया था ना, हाँ. So I am his close friend in Dubai, and I have a factory in Haridwar. And this is my father's chemical factory, and we are looking for some partners, and we create these kind of chemicals. And he was thrilled कि यहाँ सब खरीदने वाला खड़ा हुआ है, यहाँ देने वाला खड़ा हुआ है, मुझे कुछ करना ही नहीं है. तो उसने कहा, बड़ा अपने खुशी को दबाते बोला, अच्छा कौन कौन से केमिकल्स बनाते हैं? तो उसने लिस्ट डाउन किया ऑल दीस केमिकल्स. ओके, कैन यू सप्लाई मी दिस केमिकल विद इन अ वीक? हाँ, नो इशू. ओके, देन थोड़ा और खुले, बातचीत शुरू हो गई, 2-3 बार बातचीत. इवेंचुअली he paid, and the actual cost of the chemicals was just 2 lakhs rupees. So he paid that 2 lakhs to Haridwar wali company, and then the lady said ki, if you don't mind, we can directly ship it to UK, because why to ship it to Delhi first and then moving it to UK? तो ठीक है, उसने directly UK ship कर दिया. UK से phone आ गया, we received after 2 weeks कि we received your consignment, well done. Now we are giving you another order, which is of 50 lakhs. Now in 50 lakhs order, they paid, now this guy, he was, the cost of that entire stuff was 18 lakhs or 15 lakhs, something like that. So he paid that much money to lady because they wanted to procure raw material and all. So she was pushing कि भाई मुझे पैसा दे दो तो मैं chemical build करती हूँ. भाई साहब ने दे दिया क्योंकि फ्रेंड से कनेक्टेड है, ट्रस्टवर्दी है, कोई इशू नहीं है. और उसके बाद यूके की कंपनी को एडवांस के लिए फॉलो करना शुरू किया कि व्हेन आर यू सेंडिंग मी द एडवांस? एंड द कंपनी सेड नो नो नो, this is a bigger amount, that's why it's taking time, and give us 3-4 days, we'll give you money. 15 दिन हो गए, पैसा नहीं आया. अब इसने इस कंपनी को फॉलो करना शुरू किया, तो उसने भी फोन उठाना बंद कर दिया. ना दिस केस वेंट टू पुलिस स्टेशन कि साहब 1 महीना हो गया और मेरा इस तरह से पैसा गया. तो पूरा गेम में आप देखना कि हुआ क्या. इसने कहां गलती की, सोचना जरा. इसने गूगल सर्च किया, दैट वाज हिज मिस्टेक. बाकी और कुछ नहीं है. हुआ कैसे पूरा मैं आपको बताता हूं. जब उसने गूगल सर्च किया तो गूगल पे जो भी आप कीवर्ड सर्च कर रहे हैं, ये सिर्फ मार्केटिंग कंपनीज के पास नहीं जाते हैं, वो क्रिमिनल्स के पास भी जाते हैं. दे कैन ऑल्सो यूज इट, राइट? दे कैन ऑल्सो पुट देयर एडवर्टीजमेंट टू दोज पीपल हु आर इंटरेस्टेड टू दोज केमिकल्स. तो इतनी सारी क्रिमिनल कंपनीज खड़ी हो गई हैं, एंड दे आर शोइंग यू दोज एडवर्टीजमेंट, एंड देन यू योरसेल्फ गिव योर डेटा. वो एड देके आप ही ने तो डेटा दिया कि मैं ये हूं, मेरी कंपनी ये है, सब दे दिया. अब चूंकि आपने फेसबुक से दिया, सो दे सी योर क्लोजेस्ट फ्रेंड इन सम अदर कंट्रीज, उसके नाम से एक स्पूफ्ड ईमेल करते हैं. जब उसने अपने दोस्त से पूछा कि तुमने इस लेडी से कनेक्ट किया था, उसने मैं नहीं जानता इस लेडी को, कौन लेडी है. बट ये इतना जल्दी हो रहा होता है कि टू गुड टू बी ट्रू टाइप्स, कि आपको सुबह सुबह उस लेडी से किसी दोस्त ने कनेक्ट किया और उसके बाद कॉल आ गया, तो आपने दोस्त से पूछा भी नहीं, एंड देयर इज अ टाइम जोन गैप, सो यू आर रिलाइंग ऑन इट एंड गिविंग मूविंग अहेड. द पॉइंट इज, in this virtual world, whatever you are doing, that has been captured and can be used against you, and you will never be able to differentiate what is real and what is fake. That is the challenge. To whom to trust and whom we can't trust. It's not that simple. Trust me, it is not that simple, because every day I'm getting such cases. And then the normal cases that you would have seen कि Facebook पे request आई, ये भी लॉकडाउन का केस है. एक लेडी ने मुझे कॉल किया कि मेरे 5 लाख रुपए चले गए. मैंने कहा अच्छा, कैसे? So she said कि I received a Facebook request from a friend named Dominic from UK. We became very close. We were chatting every day, and then he said कि I need your help because I have a friend in Delhi, and because you are in Noida, and because there is a lockdown, and I have already dispatched a courier to my friend. It has reached to Noida now. It can't go to Delhi, so I want you to pick that courier. Keep it with you. Once the lockdown will be over, then you please, my friend will come and will pick it. She said, okay, no problem. Looks normal. Problem, trust. कुरियर वाले का फ़ोन आया इसको थोड़ी देर में कि मैडम आपका कुरियर डिलीवर कर दें, उसने हाँ कर दीजिए। फिर थोड़ी देर बाद फ़ोन आया, मैडम वो कुरियर के अंदर तो कैश है कैश कितना कैश है पता नहीं, पर इसमें तो कैश है, वी हैव स्कैन्ड इट एंड वी सॉ दैट इट इज लॉट्स ऑफ कैश। तो इसने फिर डोमिनिक को कॉल किया, इज देयर कैश इन योर कुरियर? कहता हाँ हाँ वो एक्चुअली मैंने आपको ही भेजा है, इट इज़ फॉर यू, इट्स अ गिफ्ट, इट वॉज अ सरप्राइज। ओ सॉरी, आपको पता कैसे पड़ गया ऐसा करो ले लो उसको, डोंट वरी। तो फिर उसने कुरियर वाले को फ़ोन किया, तो कुरियर वाला बोला कि मैडम ये कैश तो बहुत ज़्यादा है, इसमें तो 2 लाख रुपए करीब पेनल्टी लगेगी। तो इन्होंने 2 लाख पे कर दिए। फिर थोड़ी देर बाद कुरियर वाले का फ़ोन आया कि मैडम आई थिंक देयर इज ए ज्वेलरी ऑल्सो एंड दिस इज फैक्ट एंड दिस लेडी इज वेल एजुकेटेड लेडी, आई एम नॉट referring to any ignorant person who is not educated enough or so. ओके कितना ज्वेलरी है? फिर डोमिनिक को फोन लगाया, हाँ हाँ कुछ ज्वेलरी भी भेजिए। तो उसने कहा मैडम 3 लाख और लगेगा 3 लाख भी दे दिया। फिर फोन आया कुरियर वाले का, 5 लाख दे चुके हैं कि मैडम थोड़ा सा अमाउंट गड़बड़ कर दिया, इसमें थोड़ा सा और लगेगा पेमेंट और आपको हम कुरियर डिलीवर कर देंगे, 2 लाख और दे दीजिए आप। ना शी डिडंट हैव मनी टू पे, सो शी चेक्ड विद हर हस्बैंड कि अभी ये कुछ 40-50 लाख का सामान आया है गिफ्ट में और मुझे 2 लाख और चाहिए। देन हर हस्बैंड सेड कि आर यू क्रेजी, यू आर जस्ट सेंडिंग मनी एंड देयर इज नो वेरिफिकेशन। तब वो पुलिस के पास केस आया, फिर मेरे पास आया एंड देन आई सॉ दैट प्रोफाइल, फेसबुक प्रोफाइल जहाँ से उसको रिक्वेस्ट आई थी, दैट वाज फेक। जहाँ से कुरियर वाला कॉल कर रहा था वो मुंबई का नंबर था, लॉकडाउन था, तो उन्हें मुंबई डीआईजी फ़ोन किया, मैंने साहब इस लड़के को पकड़ना है अभी ऑनलाइन। तो बोलते देखते हैं बिकॉज ही इज़ इन सम शेडी लोकेशन और उसके नाम पे तो नंबर है नहीं, उसको लोकेशन के बेस पे पकड़ सकते हैं। गुड थिंग वाज कि इट वाज लॉकडाउन, तो उसका मूवमेंट उतना नहीं होगा। लेकिन जब मैंने उस लेडी से बात किया, मैंने कहा कि ये कब दोस्त बना आपका, व्हेन डिड यू गेट इन टच विद हिम? उसने 1 महीने पहले। ओके मैंने 1 महीने की दोस्ती में आपने 5 लाख रुपए दे दिए किसी को ट्रस्ट करके, आपने मेड को 10,000 रुपए नहीं दोगे, वो कहेगी छुट्टी पे घर जा रही हूं आप उस पर ट्रस्ट नहीं करते कि वो गई तो फिर लौट के नहीं आएगी। तो 5 लाख कैसे दे दिए, क्या रीजन था मुझे समझना है। आइदर दिस गाय इज वेरी स्मार्ट बिकॉज द फ्रेंडशिप सिर्फ 1 महीने पुरानी है, तो आई नीड टू सल्यूट दिस गाय कि वो कैसे ट्रस्ट बिल्ड किया उसने। तो फिर वो और डिस्कशन होता गया, तो वो थोड़ा गुस्सा हो गई मेरे पे कि आप मेरे को ऊपर वैसा कर रहे हैं और ये है। तो फिर उसने मुझे बुलाया कि एक्चुअली मैं प्रेशर में हूं क्योंकि मैंने उसके संग कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स भी शेयर कर दिए एंड वी आर वेरी क्लोज एंड आई एम अटैच्ड टू हिम। तब मुझे और शौक हुआ, मैंने कहा 1 महीने में ऐसा भी हो जाता है कि यू बिकम सो क्लोज टू समवन दैट यू स्टार्ट डूइंग वीडियो कॉल्स। sorry. So how can it happen that in just 1 month somebody would become so close to you on a Facebook friend that you are paying so much money? Eventually we cracked that case, we found that guy in Mumbai, that courier guy, and then we got the money. But these are the things which is bothering me every day. We are getting so many cases and queries every day. Now I'll just show you some glimpse of the information that. So this was the case of 2011. I was in Finland. I was working for a company called Nokia. And we all know Nokia was the leader in mobile space at that time. I was one of the architects of their Nokia N95 phone. That time they were launching smartphones, N series phones. So I was called by Paris police and I went there. They wanted my help in some investigation. They took me to a place called Rennes, which is a nearby city, and they introduced me to a lady. And the lady called me that, Amit, I received a call from someone, and the caller said that we have kidnapped your daughter, and in 1 hour, you just pay 25,000 euros to this account, which was a Nigerian account. Otherwise, we will kill your daughter and you will never be able to see her. Now, these were the times when not each and everyone used to have the phones. Lady was not able to check where is her daughter. She was little conscious, so she started negotiating with the caller that I'm not that rich, I don't have that much money, give me some time, and then I'll pay that much money. And I think you are mistaken, you have called to the wrong person. So she tried doing everything. And the caller said, don't tell me how rich you are. Wherever you are in your bedroom right now, to your backside there is a wall painting, and that itself cost you around $5,000. So a person who can have such a costly painting in their bedroom, I'm sure how much money would be there in their account. So please open your laptop, transfer the money, or you will never be able to see your daughter. The lady got convinced this guy is able to see me live or what. So she ran from her bedroom to the drawing room. And then she said, no, there's no such wall painting. I think you're mistaken. There's nothing like that. And the caller said, wherever you are in your drawing room right now, to your right side there is a flower pot, and that itself cost you around $2,000, $2,500. Very costly stuff, antique stuff. So lady was convinced. She opened her laptop, transferred 25,000 euros. After 1 hour, 1.5 hours, her daughter came back safely. She was not kidnapped. She was not kidnapped. Now lady was confused that how could this caller create this illusion that her daughter is kidnapped. So she complained to the police. Police investigated entire house. They checked each and every corner. There was no camera, nothing, no surveillance unit. So they zeroed down their investigation to that phone. So there's something wrong with that phone. They also scanned the entire phone. There was no virus, no malware, no spyware, no Trojan. So they thought, let's check it from an architecture's perspective also. So I was one of the architects. I was called. I also checked the entire phone. I didn't find anything wrong in that. I also gave up. I said, there's nothing wrong. I was coming back. I was on airport, and I saw a kid playing a game. And the kid was also using a Nokia phone. In Europe at that time, most of the people used to have the Nokia phones. So he was using a Nokia phone like this, and he was carrying it through the walls like this. And his camera was on, just like Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go works outside your house in open area, and this game used to work inside your house. So I was a little puzzled. I called this kid, what are you doing? He showed me that game. It was a true fighter game. He said, I'm playing this game. And when you carry it through this wall, you see some augmented object. You click this, you capture those objects, and you get the points. So I thought there's something wrong in this game. I called that investigation officer and inquired whether this particular game is there in that lady's phone also. And the officer confirmed, yes, this game is there. Her son used to play this game, who is 10, 11 years old. So I cancelled my flight. I went back to that place. I did complete reverse engineering of that game, and I found almost 150 images of her house were uploaded to a server in Romania. Because when this kid was playing that game, almost every wall's image was captured. This was okay. But the biggest surprise was, how would this criminal know the exact location of that lady? That whether she's in bedroom or a drawing room. So this is a question to all. Because you all are investigators. And if you want to know your criminal, if you want to identify the criminal, the standard process is you should know why and how. Why he has committed this crime and how he has committed this crime. If you have the answers of why and how, you will instantly identify who has done it. So complete modus operandi should be clear. So in this case, we were clear, okay, these pictures were uploaded. So he knew some of these pictures. But then, how would he know the exact location of that lady? Can anybody try? And then I have some gifts for you. Yes, please. He was playing partner. So then how would it help? Can you just explain? So when he was talking to that lady, at that time, the kid was not playing the game. At that time, lady is talking to that person on the same phone. So the game was already played. Yes, please.
First time, in one of those images, maybe she was in the bedroom at that point of time during the day. Second time, because he said in the drawing room, she would have moved there. So the second one.
So he just no, he was very precise. See, in that case, he can't guess. Yeah. Pardon? How could you do the location tracking inside a house? Which technology can help you? Which technology?
Location services of Android phone.
Location services of Android phone can give you an idea of 50 meter of precision. They can't tell you whether you are in bedroom or drawing room. Pardon? Access to the external cameras? No.
If you enable the send location feature in your mobile, and those pictures which have been taken, if they can be geo-referenced
Very good input, but then inside your house there is no GPS.
No, not inside. The pictures which were taken earlier by his son.
But these were inside the house.
Yeah.
These are pictures were taken inside the house, and there's no GPS. There's no, and the cell tower will give you only the location of 50 to 100 meters. It can't give you the accuracy of that measure.
So using images, you were fencing algorithm.
Yes.
And you looked at the images and you tracked them.
I'm referring a time in 2011, and this guy was using something very basic, which everybody knows today. Yes, please.
The game, the phone in which was taken, even the lady who was using to call, is the same phone?
Yes, it was the same phone.
Can you have, when you have camera access, where you can say while using the app or all the time?
Yes, it can. It can access the camera, but he was not using a camera at that time. Yeah. What is your name? What is your name, sir? Thank you so much. Can you please come here? This is for you.
Thank you.
So every time I solve a case, I learn from criminals. Criminals are innovators. They always work ahead of the public policing. So Wi-Fi. In every house, we have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the reference point. And when we move close to the Wi-Fi router, the signal level goes up. When we move away from the router, the signal level goes down. So when these all pictures were captured, the signal level of that location was also captured along with the picture. And when this person was talking to that lady, he was receiving the real-time Wi-Fi signal level. So he could figure it out easily that this lady is in bedroom or drawing room. Brilliant. A person who was using so much technology to commit a fraud, to commit a crime. If he would have done this to launch a game like Pokemon Go, he would have made millions. Please let me know once the time is over, because sometimes these stories takes too much time. So I have 2 more books, and I have 2-3 more stories here. So nowadays, cryptocurrency frauds are also happening a lot, and people are trusting all these apps. I'll just give few inputs here, because the regulations are yet to come, and by the time the regulation will come, I think there's a confusion. Yes. Sorry. So people normally think all cryptocurrencies are like Bitcoin. This is the biggest myth. Bitcoin is altogether a different league, and all these cryptocurrencies, they may be centralized cryptocurrencies, they may be decentralized cryptocurrencies, they may not be blockchain based, they may not be blockchain based. So please, when you are trusting on any such coin, ICO, which is an initial coin offering, almost every day so many new coins keeps coming. You should know the technology and the people behind it. It's just like IPO. So if you don't trust that company which has launched this IPO, don't invest. The technology will not help you, because the share price will go down if the company is not performing well. So this is a generic notion that people normally think everything is like Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has some positive aspects or some reasons to grow, because they have a limit that worldwide only 21 million Bitcoins can be generated, and all 17 million Bitcoins are already generated. And remaining 4 million Bitcoins will be generated in next 130 years. So that is the reason the demand and supply usual formula will help Bitcoin to be in good shape most of the time. And also the dark web, where all the transaction happens in Bitcoins and these cryptocurrencies. There are other cryptocurrencies as well, like Ethereum, Monero, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, etc. They have some good positive reasons to invest, but then the legalities are not yet clear in India. So I'm showing you one link here, and it will be of your use. HaveIBeenPound.com. So almost each and every one's email IDs are hacked at least once or many times. Your passwords are already there in darknet. Your credentials would have been stolen multiple times. And if you are not using multi-factor authentication, you are always at risk. So that's why it is recommended that we should always use multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication means your login process should not be dependent only on your password. It should also require OTP or mobile-based authentication. Just to check this, whether your email is already hacked, or how many times it has been hacked, or where is my password? If it is hacked, then where is my password? You can use this website. So you can give me one email ID and we can check instantly how many times it has been hacked. You can just, anybody can give me their email ID. And this is hacked not because of your mistake, because of the servers where it is maintained. Okay? Any email ID, please? Yeah. No. Let's check it. So it's 14 times. This has been breached 14 times. You can see here pound in 14 data breaches. And where is your password? It has been hacked in 2018 February. This is the data breach which has happened, which has your email and password. Then Adobe 2013 data breach, 153 million records were breached. Email password is there. Big Basket 2020 October, your password is there. CT0 database, your email password is there. November 2020 breach. Then Collection 1 in January 2019, your email password is there. Then data enrichment exposure from PDL customer, this database, email, location, and everything. Dubsmash 2018, password is there. Exploit.in, password is there, 2016 to 2021. IndiaMart. There is your password and your address, physical address and everything. LinkedIn 2 times it was hacked, 2016 and 2021. Your password is there. And so Zomato. So if your password is available in so many times and so many places, and if somebody is after you, he would definitely find it here and will try to mislead you. Sometimes you have multi-factor authentication and you get an email from someone unknown that we have hacked your password. This is your password. And we know each and everything about you. We have controlled your phone. Something like this, threatening email. And because they show you your password, you trust on that email and you follow their instructions. So please, if you are using multi-factor authentication, don't trust on those emails because passwords can be known to anybody. Password is no more a personal thing now because they can be leaked through many other places, right? So even if somebody tells you your password, it's not a big deal. Very good. Very good point, sir. It's a password, so we are anyway passing it to others. So the fraud happens because they know something about you. And then they use that information to build trust. And once you start trusting this person, then the real action starts. So other than this, there is something called Google Dashboard. I'm still waiting. Is it not? The Wi-Fi is not connecting to this or what? Oh. Half an hour में तो 5,000 frauds हो जाएंगे. Okay, let me share one more interesting case study with you. And you will love it because of the power of data. And this happened in 2019. I was in Denmark and I got a call from a minister from India. And he wanted my help. He said, Amit, one letter is getting viral on social media and it has 15 corruption charges against me. And this is an anonymous letter. Somebody is trying to topple me out from the government. And I'm having lots of pressure. If we don't find the source and the person who has done it, I would not have any other option but to resign. So help me out. Another letter is in WhatsApp, letter is in Instagram, letter is in Twitter, letter is on Facebook, everywhere. And it is circulated like anything. I was outside, out of the country. I'm just showing the power of the data. That in this blind situation also we can reach to the criminal or fraudster or the person who is doing this conspiracy. So I said, okay, let me go through the Facebook data and if something will come out, I'll share with you. So what did I do? I just had a glance of, I used a sentimental analysis tool and I searched all the information which has been posted with reference to this minister on Facebook in last 1 month. And I found lots of people are writing against him. So this is not instantaneous. This has been happening since a month. And many of the people, those belong to his own party, they are also writing against him. Now that was strange. Then I started collecting all those handles, profile handles. And created a database of 527 profiles. So these 527 profiles were of those people, those who are writing continuously against this minister since 1 month, or liking those posts, or commenting those posts, or sharing those posts. So this is a group of people which I found. So when you actually investigate, it looks like it may be thousands or 5,000 or lakhs of people, but the real conspirators are very few. This is the fact, if you really go into deep dive into this data. So 527 people. Then any conspiracy will always start from a location. It cannot start randomly that I call a person in Romania and Korea, let's go and do this conspiracy against this person. It won't happen like this. So there are some trustworthy people, those would have sat in a location, and then they shared this information, and then they started this, and then others would join eventually. So out of 527 profiles, I found 145 profiles belong to the same location, which is Dharampur. I have changed the location name. So which means the conspiracy was started from Dharampur. Then 145 profiles, I further analyzed that how many of them have had large friends or followers, like influencers, leaders. So I found 17 profiles. Those have 5,000 friends or lakhs of followers. Then out of those 17 profiles, I further analyzed and found how many of them have had earlier positions in the party or in the government. Like they were president, vice president, or ministers. So I got 3 profiles. I shared those 3 profiles to the SP, and I said, I'm doubting that these guys are involved. He said, are you sure? I said, no surety, because this is just data. It can go wrong. Very next day, they had some internal surveillance, so they arrested one person who was ex-minister. And then I again got a call that we arrested this person, but his laptop is formatted, his mobile is formatted. We don't have any evidence. We can't show this report to court, so we are on back foot. What to do? I said, okay, just wait for 2 days. I'm coming back, and that is for sure that if the laptop is formatted or mobile is formatted, that means you have got the right person. But just we need to find the evidence, and we'll find the evidence. So I came back, I flew to that location, I generated, you can recover the deleted content from the devices. So we found those files, but having those files in your phone or laptop is not sufficient evidence. You can always say that we received it and I deleted it. So I didn't make it viral. We wanted a proof that this person has made it viral, exact proof. And I said, yes, it is possible to prove it. Because this person was informed just before his arrest. That's why he formatted his phone. And this information was passed on WhatsApp call, not a normal call. And the WhatsApp is formatted in his phone. So that's why we are not having any evidence. But there is a high chance that the person who has called him, he would not have formatted his phone. So this call detail would be in his phone. So that's why we said, how would we reach to that person? I said, yes, it is possible. So what did I do? I just saw his CDR and found an OTP of WhatsApp when this WhatsApp was reinstalled. Every time you reinstall the WhatsApp and reconfigure it, you got an OTP. I just take 2 more minutes. So I got at that date and time, 11 p.m. He got an OTP, he configured that WhatsApp. That means on that day, before 11 p.m., he was informed on WhatsApp call. Then I again analyzed that CDR further, and I found 12 people, those who are regularly communicating with this person frequently. Jo bar on a regular, frequent callers. So I got those 12 people, and I submitted those names to SP, that I need these 12 phones for 3 seconds, just for 3 seconds. So we waited till evening, 11 p.m., and then we sent vehicles. We got 8 phones, and I found one such phone where the call was made at 9 a.m. on the same date when this WhatsApp was formatted by that person, and that person received a call from a police officer on WhatsApp. So we break the case. And this phone, who had made this call at 9 a.m. on that morning to ex-minister, was his driver. He was also managing his social media. So, and then in his phone, we got all the clues that the minister has messaged him that make this viral, share it with him also, use him that also, use these influencers also. So all these instructions were given properly to this driver. So the driver did not format his phone, and we got all the evidence. So both of them were arrested. So a case which was so blind was possible to solve because of this data that these social media or Google or phone companies are collecting from your device. This is just one of such instances. Thank you so much. I hope we could learn something out of these case studies, and time is limited, so I'm taking back seat now. If you have any question, we can take. Thank you.